Welcome to the Risk Forever channel guys, the channel which shares the most relevant tips and tricks on how to win at Risk, and improve your rank in no time. Subscribe to the channel and you won't even see how fast you will become so much better at Risk. Push that notification bell to see new videos first. This is your host ChampionEver. And today we are playing 4-player fixed card game on classic Risk map. Settings, Alliance is on, 60 seconds per turn, balanced blitz dice rolls. This time I'm playing against one beginner rank player who is blue, one intermediate rank player who is green, and even one expert rank player who is yellow. So will Grandmaster rank player be able to defeat the challengers again, or will he get crushed for another time? It's unknown and we will see about that. As always, wish me best of luck guys, I will definitely need it. Keep your fingers crossed for me. Also, if you want, you can make a prediction on which of the players is going to win and root for that player. Also, you can guess which of the players is going to be eliminated first. I'm wondering how many of you will be right. And saying that, let the game begin. This time I had an ability to choose the continent I want to go for between South and North Americas. As you know guys, I will always go for the continent I have most troops in. Well, obviously I won't go for Asia, as nobody would let me hold it for sure. So yeah, since it can be pretty hard to hold North America if players are aggressive, I decided to go for South America instead. But don't get me wrong, I want North America as well, and in case I will successfully hold South one, then I will try to expand and hold both of them. I just didn't really want that any of the players would get South America, as if one of them had gotten it, then my plan of getting both of the Americas most likely would have been gone. Also, I wouldn't have been guaranteed to hold North America, as a lot of South American players tend to prevent other player of capturing North America, as they want to expand to North America obviously by themselves. So I decided to choose the safest route and accomplish my plan of capturing both of the Americas, by starting with South America. Yes, South America gives way less troops than North America, but at least I will be able to hold it, well, at least I would like to hope so. Usually players don't worry of someone having South America as it only gives 2 troops. But we will see how it goes. At first I wasn't really sure if I will be able to get South America as the blue player had some troops into it as well. But on the other hand he had some troops into Australia and Africa too. So I decided to give it a try and I succeeded. If he had added troops into South America, then I would have moved to North America. But as you can see, he decided to go for Australia. Meaning that I was lucky to go for South America, especially when the blue player cleared out his troops out from it, lol. But like for real. Why would you destroy your troops to let someone get a continent? He could have just moved them to Africa instead of crushing them to Green's troops. And yeah, to be honest, I didn't really understand why the blue player decided not to go for Africa, because as you can see he completely could, but instead of it to fight for Australia with the green player. That plan can really backfire him, as the green player not only has more troops in Australia, but green goes before blue as well, meaning that he will most likely gets the set firstly. So the blue player is definitely risking by a lot. Probably the best decision for him right now would be to completely abandon Australia, otherwise there are pretty big chances that he will go to home soon. And here we go blue, your time has been counted. The green player went straight up to his plan to capture Australia and cleared out your troops the first opportunity he got. And lucky for him he only lost 6 troops. I was thinking whether I should take the blue player out, but at the end I decided to wait for another turn, so I will get even 4 cards instead of 3, well, unless somebody clears out him before me. So yeah, I don't really know if it was a great decision to be honest. And oh no guys, the blue player actually had a set, and not a simple one, but even a 10 troop set, so he got lucky to survive. Phew. The blue player moved out from North America. For some reasons I thought he is going to swipe my army of 9 troops. But what in the world he is doing? He got an opportunity to survive but he completely wasted it. What was the reason to capture all of these territories to be easily taken again? Lol. It kinda looked that he is going to capture Europe, but it was a really dumb choice. By being so weak he just needed to start putting his troops into one big army in a neutral place hoping that the players will leave him alone, but since he hasn't done so, the game will become over for him. Yeah, especially after these players keep taking his territories. Well, I will take him out. Lol, I didn't take him out for 3 cards when I could, but now I'm going to take him for 1 single card. Well, at least someone else won't get 2 cards, plus while taking the blue player out, I will capture multiple territories, meaning that I will get some additional troops for having a lot of them, well unless the territories will be recaptured by someone else again. We will see how it goes guys. And oh no, it seems the yellow player is taking over Europe. He will be getting 5 extra troops each turn if nobody invades him. So to prevent of him getting very strong, I will either have to invade him, or to capture North America so I would be getting the same number of troops as him. Well, I'm very glad that the dirty work has been done by the green player. He invaded yellow so I won't have to. And I'm really glad that the green player wants to take over Asia, as if he will actually take over it, then of course the yellow player will attack him as he got mad that Europe was invaded by him. And then of course the green player will want to attack the yellow player again. So if it actually goes in this way, then I will be growing strong while they will be destroying each other. I will wait till I have the same number of troops as both of them combined and then take both of them out in a single turn. Well, too bad the green player didn't have a set, and since the yellow player properly guarded his borders well against him, the green player wasn't able to repeat his attack again. Of course I could have invaded the yellow player by myself. But I decided to capture North America instead. So I will be getting the same number of troops as him, meaning that the balance of the game will be sustained. Well, I still could have invaded yellow while getting North America at the same time. But do I really want to start a conflict with him? I guess probably I wouldn't like to. Yellow and green probably already don't really like each other after these attacks. So I'm wondering if the yellow player will actually consider taking the green player out soon. It wouldn't be the smartest decision of the yellow player, as it would most likely bring me a victory, but who knows, a lot of players tend to act by emotions, so if the yellow player is still mad on green then maybe he will actually take him out. I'm wondering how will it go and we will see about that. Well, as of now it doesn't really seem that it's going to happen. The yellow player puts some armies on his other borders to protect his continents against me as well. It doesn't seem like he would be building a big army which could take the green player out. Instead of that it looks like he tries to add troops to his borders more or less equally. And it's actually smart I would say. And as you can see I take care of guarding my continents in the completely different way. I basically don't guard my borders as well, besides the one which could be invaded from Asia potentially by the green player. The yellow player could actually invade my continents easily as you can see. But I have an alliance with him so he won't do that. But as you know alliances don't last forever, so either me or him will have to break it, and one of us will definitely attack another one soon. The first one who will do that, will get a slight advantage against another one, since that invaded player won't get continent troops bonus in his turn. So I mean I could definitely invade the yellow player first, even right now. But I mean if we start fighting and destroying each other troops, then there's possibility that the green player will eventually outgrow us and have the same number as both of us combined so he will be able to take both of us out. So this is why I don't really want to start a conflict with the yellow player. The green player is really being a struggle for both of us, meaning that the game became in kinda stalemate situation as of right now. It's really hard to overcome Australian turtle strategy when you get the same number of troops as another strong player. As then you cannot really fight that another strong player, as if you do, then there's possibility that while you're both fighting, you destroy way too much troops of yourselves. Well, I mean if I attack the yellow player then of course I wouldn't crush too much troops of him as I know how important it is to sustain the balance of the game, but I don't know what the response of the yellow player would be. Some players don't really know about the balance of the game and they would rather act based on their emotions. When they get mad, they go crazy, and some of the players even suiciding on you. In order for me to win, I would need somehow to get more troops than the green and yellow players combined. So I could take Africa from the yellow player, hoping that he will be passive and won't invade any of my continents and just be fine of having Europe. But I'm pretty sure he would attack my continents like crazy if I do so. Another way to win the game by becoming the strongest player is if the green player would leave Australia and let me capture it, and if both of the players would still let me hold both of the Americas, then I would outgrow them as well. But I don't think it's going to happen as well. Yellow definitely wouldn't let me hold all of these 3 continents while they're not even properly guarded at all, as you can see. Another way you can become the strongest player is not by getting more continents or lands, but by preventing or partially preventing others of getting some of the troop bonuses. Like ruining their continent troop bonuses. As you can see, I cannot ruin green continent bonus, as if I attack his biggest army, then I straightly lose the game. I could ruin yellow's continent bonuses though, but then again, I wouldn't be able to hold some continents by myself, as my troops aren't even set up to properly guard my continents. So what is my plan then, some of you might ask? Well, I was really hoping and still hope that the yellow player will decide to take the green player out. Yellow started to build a big army next to green, so I hope he will really go for it. But on the other hand, I built a huge army next to the green player as well, so maybe the yellow player expects the same thing from me. But what I don't like about the current situation is that the yellow player actually gets more troops than me. At first it looked that getting 1 troop less than him doesn't really that much matter, but now actually he has like 40 troops more than me, and that's bad. Also, another thing that I thought might happen is that the green player will actually pull out his army from Australia and decides to break in all of our continents, similarly like one player did in the episode called Stay Away from Dumb Players Way, which you can check out in a video card above. In that game I was in a similar situation. I had both of the Americas while my ally had Africa plus Europe, the third player having Australia, so that player decided to pull out his army from Australia and go to invade all of our continents. But since my ally had more troops on his border than I had on mine, that Australian player decided to go through my border. He didn't realize that it was basically suiciding, and that cost the game for both of us. So this is why I was building my army on Asian border big, so the green player would go through one of yellow's borders. But as you can see, that didn't happen, so I left my army on Asian border small, kinda wanting that he would go through that border and then would invade not that well guarded from me yellow's borders, and at the same time getting out from Australia. To be honest, I would really like to change the position I have with the green player. I would rather sit in Australia, while the green player might fight the yellow player, as I guess they don't have an alliance with each other. And OMG guys, I cannot believe what have just happened. The green player actually decided to go through yellow's and my continents. And I'm so happy that the green player actually decided to go through one of yellow armies instead of mine, even though it was twice as small. Well, on the other hand, the yellow player had more troops than me, so fair enough I guess. But what I mostly like about this situation is that the green player completely left Australia, leaving his troops in North America, meaning that Australia could be captured by me. And as you can see, without any hesitation I captured it. Also, I'm wondering if the yellow player got mad and will actually go to take the green player out, as if so then I won the game. Oh come on yellow, come on dude. You were supposed to take the green player out, giving me a very easy win. I was really hoping you will take the green player out to give a very easy win. Well, on the other hand, I'm really happy that I play with a smart player. But to be honest, I don't really like the whole situation on the board again guys. As even if the green player captures both of the Americas, he will still be way too weak to fight the yellow player. The yellow player didn't invade him into South America right now, but he probably will as soon as I block my biggest army in Australia, and then he will start becoming the dominating player, as he will get more troops than I am green. So I really must help the green player out by attacking the yellow player for a little bit, so yellow wouldn't be that strong and wouldn't be able to hold all of these continents so easily. I also attacked the green player into South America, but that attack was absolutely unnecessary. But as you can see, I still made that attack, to not make the yellow player think that I'm picking on him. To make the yellow player believe that my goal was just to invade both of my opponents, hiding my actual plan, which was to make the yellow player quite weaker. I fortified my troops to China territory instead of Siam, so my army wouldn't become blocked and I would be able to attack the yellow player or both of the players again. I knew that the yellow player is going to take over South America, but I didn't really expect that the yellow will take Australia from me as well. So, I guess I can say goodbye to Australia. Well, I still could retake it from the yellow player, but then I would need to take 43 troops army of him down. Meaning that then all three of us would have around the same number of troops, but I don't want that. I want that the green player would still stay the weakest player. I would rather be one of the two strongest players rather than if we all were equally strong, at least for now. Anyways, as you can see, I captured Europe, putting my biggest army in the middle of it and having a little bit of expectations that the players will let me hold it, that my biggest army wouldn't be unleashed and wouldn't attack them again. But yeah, I wasn't able to hold Europe. I guess I will be without a continent for some time, but that's not a big problem at all. And oh wow, very nice green, very nice. I love how you keep attacking yellow and wasting Uranus troops. The yellow player isn't going to appreciate the fact that you attacked him. At first he let you hold South America, but now he probably won't. Well, too bad you fortified your troops to Alaska instead of keeping them in Brazil. I really wanted that your army would still kept threatening yellow. Anyways, as you can see, I invaded yellow into Africa and green into North America. Probably I shouldn't really have invaded green, but I really want that he would abandon North America, since I know that I won't be able to hold Europe. I'm planning to get North America right now, and differently than last time, I will be properly guarding this time. Let's see what the green player is going to do, guys. Now come on green, move your troops to South America or anywhere else out of North America. Well, actually he didn't do that, guys. But that's not a problem at all. I guess I will stick to my primary plan of getting Australia. Should I do it, guys? Sounds like a plan. I see that the yellow player fortified some troops out from it to strengthen one of his African borders, so now I won't lose that many troops taking Australia from him. That I want is just to sit in Australia while let the green player to hold both of the Americas, and the yellow player hold Africa plus Europe. It seems they stopped attacking each other for now, but I'm pretty sure they eventually will. One of them will not be satisfied of getting the same number of troops as another one and eventually will invade that another player. The invaded player will attack that player back, and then the war between them will be officially started. They will keep attacking and destroying each other's troops until they realize that I have more troops than both of them combined. But then it will be way too late, as I will swipe both of them out and win the game easily. Well, at least this is the scenario I'm looking to happen. But how everything will actually go, only the gods of Risk know. But as you can see, I have my biggest army prepared. I especially don't block it, as whenever they will crush way too much of each other's troops, I will be ready to strike and take both of them out. But also I'm prepared for another scenario as well. It can be that one of them will attack another one, but that attacked player won't be able to retaliate, meaning that the attacking player will get stronger and stronger every turn. So then I will have to help weaker player to attack the strongest player, abandoning Australia and leaving my biggest army in one of the strongest player continents. Or maybe fortifying my biggest army to Australia back. It will all depend on the situation. But to be honest, I don't really know how everything will actually go. I would really like the first scenario to happen, in which my opponents crushes themselves too much, but it doesn't really seem it's going to happen. Because as you can see, they don't really guard against each other at all. The green player puts his troops in a neutral place on Alaska territory, being no threat to any of the players. And the yellow player puts his troops to the Middle East territory, as he probably afraid that I can invade him again, so he really concerned about guarding that border, as it is the only one which is accessible to me at the moment. Or maybe the yellow player builds a big army just to suicide on me, who knows? We will see about it, guys. I realized that I probably made a big mistake by leaving my biggest army unleashed in the way, in which only the yellow player is accessible to be attacked. So as you can see, I completely blocked my biggest army for now, so it wouldn't bother the yellow player so much. And OMG guys! It seems the conflict between yellow and green players will finally start to happen. I didn't really expect that when I block my biggest army the green player will actually start to attack yellow. That's so good. Well, too bad he fortified his troops he attacked with to his biggest army rather than to protect his continents. I'm glad that the yellow player is attacking him right now, but like for real guys. Why did the green player let yellow to invade both of the America so easily? And now there is even much more important question, how the green player is planning to retaliate. Well, he fortified some troops next to Central America, but the yellow player will fortify some more troops there as well and the green player won't be able to invade him again. So I have a plan guys, how about if I help the green player out for a little bit and attack yellow? I fortified a 54 troops army to Siberia and planning to invade all of his continents. Well, unless he will guard Ukrainian border well too, then I won't be really able to do that. Okay, he didn't, but let's see what the green player is going to do. If he fortifies his biggest army next to one of yellow's borders, then I won't even invade yellow. I will let all the dirty work to be done by green. But as you can see, he bailed out. Instead of fortifying more troops next Central America, he fortified the army he had there to his biggest army. So this is why I'm attacking the yellow player right now, as if nobody attacks him, then eventually he will have more troops than I and green combined and win the game. Player shouldn't be very passive and let someone to completely dominate the game. My initial plan was to attack the yellow player and then fortify my army to Australia back. But since the green player decided to be so passive, I knew that I will probably have to attack the yellow player again in order to not let him hold all of these continents. So I thought I will rather have army in South America so the yellow player won't be able to capture Africa with Europe. He will have Australia, but that's completely fine. To be honest, by seeing on how passive the green player has become, I really saw the opportunity to switch the positions with the yellow player. After capturing South America, my next plan is to expand into Africa and then even into Europe. I want to have all of the continents the yellow player just had. And if I actually capture them and if the green player continue being so passive, then eventually I will become the dominating player and win the game. Well, it's too bad that for now the yellow player is leaving his armies next to my borders, meaning that I cannot really expand, as if I capture Africa then the yellow player is definitely going to invade it. But to be honest, I really like the fact that the yellow player left his 56 troops army in the territory of Central America, meaning that the green player won't be able to capture North America. If he wants to capture it, then he will have to take that army down. So he will have to fortify some troops over here, and if the yellow player won't move his army out, then the green player most likely will attack that army, so my opponents will be wasted even more of their troops, and that's really good. Anyways, as you can see, the yellow player keeps invading me and green. And to be honest, I'm glad he is doing that. The green player sent me an alliance request not so long ago and I accepted it, so I wouldn't really like to start attacking him right now. I'm glad that yellow does all the dirty work himself so I don't need to fight with green myself. I'm glad that he doesn't use Australian turtle strategy, when you just sit in Australia and do nothing. I really like the fact that instead of it, he keeps attacking green and building more tension between them. I like how he wastes his troops attacking green. Well, to be honest, in this case the green player didn't really leave another choice for yellow, as he fortified some troops next to Central America next to yellow's army, showing that he plans to take it down, so the yellow player didn't really have any other choice but just to move these troops out going through the army the green player had in Iceland. Okay, the green player captured North America plus Europe, but I'm not going to invade them. Firstly, I want to see what the yellow player is going to do. I want that all the dirty work would be done by him if possible. But it seems the yellow player decided to be completely passive, building his troops in Australia and waiting till I with green destroy each other too much. Well, at least that's what I think his plan is. Well, Obviously I cannot let the green player hold 2 continents, which gives 5 extra troops each. That would be just so ridiculous, as he would outgrow me and yellow soon, and win the game easily. So I needed to prevent him of holding these continents by attacking into them. I think it's better to attack player immediately, rather than to wait for multiple turns when he became so much stronger. And OMG guys! The yellow player just fortified his biggest army in Asia. Don't say that he is going to suicide either on me or green. Guys, something bad is about to happen, I feel it. I will rather combine my troops into one big army as well as green. I don't want that the yellow player would go through one of my armies destroying a lot of troops, as that would possibly give a victory for the green player depending on which army the yellow player would decide to go through, so I'm not risking it for sure. Let's see what the yellow player is about to do guys. Okay, he just captured Asia and that's it. Phew. Everything could have gone way worse, so I'm glad to be alive. Since the yellow player captured Australia plus Asia, and the green player North America plus Europe, they both will be getting a huge number of troops, so they will be pretty much balancing each other, so I think I will rather be neutral for now, but if they want they can start invading each other by themselves. None of them are even properly guarded. If one of them attack me into either Africa or South America, then I don't attack that person back. I don't want that while we would be invading each other continents, the third player would grow strong. If I decide to attack, then I will attack both of them. And OMG guys! Finally we see some action, the green player just attacked yellow into Asia. I'm wondering what the yellow's reaction will be. And nice, very nice. The yellow got extremely mad. He finally has had enough of all of it. And wait guys, is he about to completely suicide on green? Okay, he stopped. But wow, I thought he is going to suicide on green for real, lol. I would have won the game if he had done so. But actually I'm glad he didn't suicide. Games when someone suicide on someone giving another player easy win, are not so interesting. And wow guys! You don't know how much I appreciate the fact that the green player fortified his army next to yellow's big army. Also I really like how the yellow player is not even moving his army out to somewhere else. The tension of one of them suiciding on another one is growing really big. I might win soon guys. Well, I guess rest in peace green, the yellow player got quite stronger than you. You just got wrecked, lol. Okay, the green player bailed out by fortifying his troops to Asia. Just don't say that he is going to take Australia from yellow to become Australian turtle. I don't want that to happen, as then the person who will have to fight with yellow will be me. So I will rather be Australian turtle by myself. I will turtle in Australia building my troops without attacking anyone, and let both of my opponents fight. They can continue invading each other continents if they want to. I don't care about that at all. Differently, I will even be very happy if they continue attacking each other and building the tension between them even bigger. And oh wow green! I love that attack. I love how you're wasting your troops on yellow. And oh wow green! You just made the biggest mistake in your life. You shouldn't attack these yellow's troops, as the balance of the game just became broken. I have more troops than both of you combined. I don't even know why you even finished capturing North America, as in one way or another, the game is over for you. I'm about to take both of you, and since you have less territories than yellow, I'm starting from you. But actually I changed my mind guys, since the green player only had one card, that means I won't be able to trade in a set in the same turn, as it won't make 5 or more cards in total. So I wouldn't have been able to hit yellow player's big army in the same turn as well. Meaning that the troops I would have left after attacking green, would have been able to be blitzed by yellow, and since it's balanced blitz he might have gotten an extremely good blitz roll. So I decided not to risk and play safely. But as you can see, the green player disconnected anyways, so no way I will lose this game anymore. Now I just want to see what the yellow player is going to do. If he helps me to attack green or stays neutral, then I will take him out second, but if he attacks me, then I will take him out first. I would like to give the second place for a real player rather than a bot, but I just cannot risk. It would be so stupid to take the bot out firstly, as then the yellow player would get some chances to win. So anyways, as you can see, my strategy to move to Australia has worked well. If I see what I cannot become the player who gets the biggest amount of troops, like if players don't let me capture an additional continent or like expand or like whatever, then I usually combine my troops into one big army, so nobody will be able to do any real damage to me, while other players who have multiple smaller armies will be losing troops by attacking each other into continents eventually. At first yellow and green players were putting most of their troops into big army like me as well, and I didn't like it. I wanted that they would start splitting their armies and start attacking each other, at the same time destroying a lot of each other troops. So I would be able to swipe both of them out in a single turn. But the thing in this game was that always at least one of my opponents was having Australia and putting troops into one big army, and at the times when I taken Australia from them, they still weren't really fighting. But as you can see, at the end everything went well. At the final time I took Australia, the yellow player decided to capture both of the Americas, splitting his troops. The green player of course didn't realize that he broken the balance of the game by attacking some of yellow's big armies and gave me the game. So remember guys, always move to Australia to win at risk, have your troops into one big army and let other players fight, wait till they destroy themselves too much and then take both of them out. So remember guys, no Australia, no win. By the way, from now on you can support me by becoming a member of the Risk Forever channel. To do so, you need to press on the join button, and then select one of the tiers, player, winner, or champion. Everyone who supports the channel will have a loyalty badges next to their name and comments. Also they will be receiving thank you credits in the end of my videos. Additionally they will unlock members only community posts and polls in which members will help me to decide video ideas. Also the link is in description. Thank you for all of you who already support me. Special shout out goes to Steve, for being the first one to join the Risk Forever channel.